So friends, we are in International Music House of Moscow, the center of capital of Russian Federation, and near me is executive producer, master pianist series Royal Concertgebouw, Mr. Frizo Verschor. Nice to meet you here. Of course, I'm sure that it's not time and not first time in Moscow.
It is, actually.
Surprise!
I've been very lucky with the weather, I've heard this time. We had today time to look around and to go through the city and see a lot of beautiful things. I had a very long walk a couple of times earlier this week, so it's
Last 4, even 5 days were really hard.
It's a big pleasure, but it's intensive work. To listen with the same intensity and concentration to 8 different pianists is something that you don't do every day.
This series dedicated to huge names of wonderful pianists all over the world is during maybe last 20 years in the Royal Concertgebouw or even more.
This piano series, yes, it runs its 32nd season. We're approaching the end of the 32nd season, so it's a long time, yes. Started by Marko Ryaskov in 1987, and I've been producing the series since 2000.
Is it any chances for this pianist that we heard yesterday, day before? Of course, they are absolutely young, but maybe you noticed that some of them has a chance to be in Royal Concertgebouw in this master series.
A lot of them have a chance to have a wonderful career, otherwise they would not be here because they were selected by this wonderful committee led by Sasha Romanovsky and Vladimir Krainev. And yes, there is always a chance because there are amazing talents. I've been very lucky to witness many wonderful musicians, even at young age. Technically, they are almost all very well skilled. But musically also, it's really a pleasure to hear that there is so many talent coming out of Russia and also from China, Japan, Europe. That's really very promising. I'm very happy to be part of this and witness that there's nothing to worry for the future. Of course, I have not, a crystal ball, so I cannot look in the future. But if many factors are influencing a career,
but together we can see to the past. What's the most dangerous things? I'm absolutely sure you know these dangerous things. Stones under the water for a career of pianist or musician, but pianist
I think you have to have also the luck a little bit to be surrounded by very intelligent people. So that means the family, the teachers, the people that are built around. At a certain age, maybe a manager or an agent will come there and to choose an intelligent path, which means a long-term path, because a career will span over 40, 50 years, maybe even more, hopefully. So there is no real hurry. And to give concerts is a good thing, to have stage experience, but you have to build this up in an intelligent way, to extend your repertoire, to deepen it, to stay focused on on the music, and not be tempted to go on a commercial path, or let's say on a regular basis concert path too soon. because this age where they are now, 10 until 25, it's a golden period of development personally and artistically, and they're like a sponge, you know. They can get so much information and enrich themselves with study and some concert experiences, and to study with different teachers, follow master classes and so on, and be part of competitions like this, where it's also an important experience, and to share ideas with the members of the jury, which is a fantastic thing about this competition, this open mentality, and it's interactive. It's a huge benefit for young musicians.
Thank you. Next question is the pure music and pure business very often go together. Is any rating and is it open information? Who is maybe the trio? Who is the most expensive pianist in our days?
The most expensive, in terms of fee, you mean? I could not say for sure, but you know, the price really does not matter so much. It's something that is grown over a span of decades, and if a pianist proves to be very reliable and successful throughout his career, and attract, I mean by successful, to attract audiences worldwide, then it would certainly justify a certain price.
I ask you...
But I think most of the musicians are not, luckily, after a lot of money. That's not what is on top of their mind. You know, the most, what matters most is to make people happy with their music, because that's what they're been studying for their whole lives since they were 5, and that's what is most rewarding for an artist, to make people happy and to share it. And our job as an agent is to provide all the circumstances.
As concerned scene of Royal Concertgebouw, for that scene it doesn't matter, because for huge amount of pianists it's a question of prestige just to perform on this scene without any fee.
Yeah, I mean, but the Concertgebouw is a world-famous stage with a lot of seats. So if you can invite 2,000 people in the hall, you can obviously pay a bigger fee than if an artist performs in a chamber music hall, 500 people. That's more than fair, I think. And we are very lucky to have, as a piano series, the opportunity to do this on a stage like the Concertgebouw, because it's a historical stage, it's a magical atmosphere, magical acoustic abilities, and for every pianist it's a joy to play there.
Did you remember the performing of Vladimir Krainev in Concertgebouw?
No, unfortunately not. I've never heard him live, as unfortunately did what many great Russian artists like Emil Gilels, Richter, and so on. But Krainev, unfortunately, was not part of my...
But here in Moscow International Music House, now we are inside of wonderful atmosphere with child and a grandchild of Vladimir Krainev. So I hope that some of them really, in closest future maybe, will perform in Amsterdam. Yeah?
I hope. That would be fantastic. I mean, the spirit of Krainev is here, and we will gladly pay respect to him tomorrow when we visit the cemetery with his wife. I'm very looking forward to that. He has been a great inspirer for many generations of musicians, of which 2 are now in the jury. And as long as we can contribute as an agent, I'm not a performing artist, but I'm an agent and a producer to help them develop in the best possible way. That's the best we can ask for.
Thank you very much, and say hello to Mark, because we know each other, so best wishes and hello to him, to Mark. Thank you very much. Друзья, pleasure. Друзья, мы прощаемся ненадолго, у нас будут еще интервью, следите в онлайн-трансляциях за тем, что происходит на конкурсе, и we will see each other very soon. Спасибо.